Right now at 5, a furry new addition to the squad could help local law enforcement keep dangerous drugs off the street. Plus, it may be a little later than usual, but a sweet sign of summer returns.
But I'm very anxious to get some strawberries picked.
But first, a historic moment for the Supreme Court as a new justice is sworn in.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Rob Coles. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson made history as the first black woman to sit on the U.S. Supreme Court. She's the nation's 116th justice, replacing retiring Justice Stephen Breyer as the court wraps up its current term. Justice Jackson once clerked for Breyer, and she brings nearly a decade of experience as a federal judge to the Supreme Court, as it's deeply divided on a number of hot-button issues. Natalie Brand reports from the U.S. Supreme Court.
I, Ketanji Brown Jackson, do solemnly swear.
It's a ceremony that makes history as Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson becomes the first black woman to sit on the nation's highest court.
So help me God.
Her official swearing in comes as Justice Stephen Breyer retires following the current term's close, nearly 3 months since her Senate confirmation.
In my family, it took just one generation to go from segregation to the Supreme Court of the United States.
While Justice Jackson will not change the ideological makeup of the 6'3" conservative-leaning court, Dean of Howard University School of Law Danielle Holly Walker says she will have a significant impact with her background and experience as a woman of color, a mother, and former federal public defender.
I think Justice Jackson will be similar to other justices who have been labeled as kind of the conscience of the Supreme Court. And when I say the conscience of the court, I mean someone who really talks about the everyday person.
Justice Jackson steps into the role after a highly contentious term that's divided justices on issues including abortion, climate change, and religion.
This term has been probably one of the most heavily controversial, politicized terms ever in the history of the court, and we can expect more of that to come.
I am pleased to welcome Justice Jackson to the court and to our common calling.
In its next term, the court is expected to decide on more contentious issues, including voting rights, LGBTQ rights, and affirmative action. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
Justice Jackson is a Harvard graduate and has served on its board of overseers. During her confirmation hearings, she said she would recuse herself from the affirmative action case involving Harvard, though she could rule on a challenge involving the University of North Carolina. And as we mentioned, the Supreme Court also handed down their final decisions for the term earlier today, including one that will largely impact climate change. In the decision, the majority ruled the Environmental Protection Agency does not have broad authority to cap emissions from power plants and force the nation away from coal. Experts say the ruling takes a whack at the Clean Air Act, but it still points to other tools for fighting climate change. And Minnesota's 2 U.S. senators want the government to help communities across the state recover from storms and historic flooding. Senators Tina Smith and Amy Klobuchar want President Biden to approve a disaster declaration. It would give access to federal funding to help pay for damage. They specifically pointed to International Falls, where the Rainy River Basin reached record levels this spring. Cold temperatures and severe storms have also challenged the Minnesota's farmers. And Dave is going to give us a quick look at the weather.
Well, speaking of the flood zone up north, we were hoping, of course, National Weather Service would lift that flood warning there tonight at midnight. And of course, it's been backed up now. Now the flood warning will continue till midnight on Monday. It's the warning that never seems to end. And as always, best wishes every day to folks up there who are still fighting those troubles. Troubles tonight could pop up in Wisconsin and Michigan from severe thunderstorms. The low pressure system that's been with us for the past couple of days, its tail end is going to kick up a severe thunderstorm watch for northern Wisconsin and the UP until 10 o'clock tonight, including Sawyer County, Ashland County, Kbjr County, and Iron counties there. Eyeing up the current satellite and radar map here, there is a cluster of storms running right now through Kbjr County, but it's not strong enough to be considered severe. Keep in mind, though, that could change as the night goes on. So Higher pressure takes over for Friday to bring back sunshine and mild conditions. 30% shot for everybody to get some kind of thunderstorm tonight, though again the best chance for severe weather will be in Wisconsin and the UP. So if smooth sailing starts on Friday, will it continue its voyage through the whole weekend? There could be a blip on Saturday, and I'll tell you about that in just a bit.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, in the last 2 decades, opioid-related deaths in our region have been on the rise. In Duluth alone, there have been 12 fatal opioid overdoses so far this year. That's according to the Duluth Police Department. In 2020, there were 36 opioid-related deaths in St. Louis County, up from 15 just 2 decades ago. 60% of those deaths involved synthetic opioids like fentanyl. But a local drug task force hopes a new addition will help drive those numbers down. CBS 3's Mitchell Zimmerman has more on a first for our region.
The Lake Superior Drug and Violent Crime Task Force welcomed its first four-legged friend to the squad this week, something they've been hoping to do for years now. Meet Maverick, a 1-year-old black lab from South Dakota who just completed training down in the Twin Cities over the last 6 weeks. Maverick is trained in sniffing out hard narcotics like fentanyl and meth, to name a few. Investigator Taylor Stutzman, who's been on the drug task force for about 3.5 years, says having Maverick around will help them keep dangerous drugs off the street.
Having Maverick do a sniff will give us an alert, which is then going to be the probable cause that we need to take that extra step to seize those drugs off of the street and further the mission of our task force, which is to keep the streets safe.
Maverick's main mission is to sniff out illegal drugs and alert the task force by sitting down when he locates them. He was added to the team with the help of state and federal grants, like the High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Grant. That means Maverick can now also help out regional law enforcement agencies when needed. Investigator Stutzman says so far, Maverick has been great both at home and in the field. And his reward for sniffing out an illegal substance? A squeaky chew toy.
A great addition to the team. Thanks, Mitchell. Now, donations made to Duluth's Salvation Army next month will have double the impact. For the month of July, Hunger Solutions Minnesota will match any donations made to the Duluth Salvation Army with a cap of $4,000. It's part of the Open Your Heart Summer Challenge, which funds solutions to hunger and homelessness in Minnesota. They say with kids home for the summer, families are especially struggling with increased food costs. Donation to the month-long drive can be made online or in person. And before you crack open a cold one this weekend, you'll want to know law enforcement is cracking down on drunk boating. In recent years, about half of Minnesota's boating fatalities have involved alcohol. That's why law enforcement all across the state are increasing their patrols over the Independence Day holiday. They plan to stop anyone who appears to be driving erratically and give them a sobriety test, just like this one right here on your boat.
If you make that choice, you will not get a warning and you won't get a second chance. You will be arrested, taken to jail, and have to face the heavy penalties that comes with your decision.
Authorities say it will also be hot in some spots this weekend, so if you're already dehydrated, any alcohol you choose to drink could impact you faster. And still to come on Live at 5, a cookout this weekend to support the local library in Hayward. That story and more as we take you around the Northland after the break.
When it comes to your next home project, hit a grand slam with your home improvement company. Your home improvement company is Minnesota's MVP contractor. They're great about touching base throughout your project. They aced my window replacement job, and their service is so good you might get a little choked up. Your home improvement company is on deck and ready to step up to the plate. They're the clutch contractor in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a knuckleball. Hey, I'm just spitballing here.
Hi, it's me again. Listen to this. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check every month may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with a benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Check your zip code. It could be dynamite. Call now.
Call 1-800-919-1340. That's 1-800-919-1340 now.
Dear Lifehouse, when people ask who raised me, I say you.
I was homeless, lost, and alone.
You helped me find my way.
You helped me up.
I started to believe someone could love me.
I'm doing things I never thought I could.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Lifehouse has been rooted in hope for 30 years, with a mission to reconnect homeless and street youth to their dreams. We never give up on our youth. Ever.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News live at 5. Here's a live look from downtown Duluth tonight. A busy weekend is in store for Duluth and across the Northland. Dave will be in with your holiday weekend forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. A new exhibit opening tomorrow at the Great Lakes Visitor Center and a fundraiser for a pavilion at Copper Falls State Park. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start in Hayward tonight with a fundraiser for a local resource this holiday weekend. Lynn's Custom Meats is hosting a cookout this Saturday with all proceeds going to the Hayward Library Foundation. Lunch starts at 10 a.m. with burgers, brats, and hot dogs. The fun runs through 2:30 p.m. The Library Foundation is a nonprofit that exists solely to create an endowment to provide supplemental financial support for the Sherman and Ruth Weiss Community Library. And next, we head to Ashland, where the Northern Great Lakes Visitor Center is getting a new exhibit. The immersive multimedia exhibit called Walk into Wildland Fire opens tomorrow morning. Visitors will get to learn about prescribed burns through the lens of a fireproof camera box. There will also be educational panels that will share more on the history, practice, and culture behind the fire-based land management. The exhibit will run through the end of August. And we wrap up at Copper Falls State Park tonight, where a local group is fundraising for a new pavilion. The Friends of Copper Falls State Park group is selling bricks to raise money for the reservable pavilion they are planning to build next summer. Plans for a pavilion have been suggested for 40 years, and now the volunteer group is fundraising to build this needed structure. All proceeds from the brick sales and concession stand are going to the pavilion. There will also be sponsorship opportunities based on donation amounts. We will have details to purchase those bricks on our website, cbs3duluth.com. And if there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email and it might get featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. And still to come on Live at 5, it might be a little later than usual, but strawberry season is right around the corner. What farmers are predicting for this year's harvest.
Today's current temperatures are running quite a range. If we go up towards Baudette, we're going to see that the current temp is only 61 degrees. And then those temperatures increase towards 87 down by Hayward. Heat and humidity in Wisconsin and the UP tonight could be the fuel for one last round of severe weather here before we clear up and cool down just a little bit in that zone tomorrow. We'll give you the details on what's to follow. A little bit of thunder tonight coming up after our break.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
At Super One Foods, you'll find more than just low prices and better choices. You'll find friendly faces like ours, working hard to save you money. Super One has a tireless commitment to be grand opening ready every day, with fully stocked shelves and a wide selection for you and your family. Check out these specials available at all Super One locations going on now. So stop into the Super One Foods right in your neighborhood. Super One Foods, serving you low prices and better choices.
And it's a great day to be alive.
Travis Tritt.
Still shining when I close my eyes.
Live in
Concert, July 10th, 7 p.m., Duluth Entertainment Convention Center. Playing all the songs you know and love with special guest Derek Jones, along with Megan and the Birdwatcher. On sale now. Buy tickets at Amsoil Ticket Office or online at Ticketmaster.com. Grammy Award-winning recording artist Travis Tritt.
Second orange? You do? Here. America needs drivers.
And we're here to help.
What are you learning from Girls on the Run?
Never give up and to always keep trying.
If I'm a parent in your state, I'm like, what's Congress doing? Beyond this gate is actually the border with Ukraine. We've seen people not just opening their hearts to Ukrainian refugees, but their homes. Where will you go? I'm here for you.
Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
Coming up, we'll tell you how the community has come together to clean up after a car slammed right into the side of the Island Lake Inn.
Another round of storms could be coming our way. I'll talk about how long they're going to stick around.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kevakauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3. CBS 3 weather is brought to you by Heritage Window and Door. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, 30 years ago today, the big news in weather was the benzene spill. Today, things could go towards thunderstorms, a smaller scale situation than, of course, what we had on June 30th, 1992. But last night we had some storms as well. And to recap the storms for Wednesday night, low pressure system rolling through brought a line of storms from the Grand Rapids area towards Beaver Bay and then into the lake. And the result of that was 3 inches worth of rain in Brimson. Coleraine had hail 2 inches in diameter. Grand Rapids had 1.5 inches hail. And Castle Danger even pulled 1 inch hail. Well, tonight's storm chance is more towards Wisconsin than Minnesota. And we'll talk more about it, of course, after this look at our current conditions. It's nice and calm right now. 80 degrees with a partly cloudy sky in Duluth at the airport. Northwest winds going 18 miles per hour, so it's another hold on to your hat day. Relative humidity is fairly low at 40%, and our barometric pressure a little bit low despite the sunshine at 29.76. And so that means another low is coming through. And tonight it means for Minnesota, still a general chance for thunderstorms, just the run-of-the-mill non-severe type. But getting into Wisconsin and the UP, we go from a marginal chance to a slight chance, which those two varieties of chances have been paying off a lot here this past week. So from the Bayfield Peninsula through the Upper Peninsula, you could have one more round of severe weather tonight before things ease up and clear up come tomorrow. Eyeing up the current Doppler map, well, we see a line of showers and maybe some isolated storms trying to take shape in northwestern Minnesota. And earlier here today, and including right now, places like Kbjr County do have a cluster of thunderstorms rolling along the south shore there. Not strong enough to be considered severe, but again, this part of the country from Hayward through Ashland and into Kbjr County, Ironwood, Wakefield, Bessemer, you're looking at a severe thunderstorm watch until about 10 o'clock tonight. Looking at the situation right now, that low pressure system will leave by tomorrow. Then high pressure takes over for Friday to make things sunny and dry. A little blip in that plan, though, could come on Saturday as a small trough of lower pressure tries to bring in about a 20 to 30% chance for showers, but not thunderstorms. And then once we get into Sunday, sunshine returns again. Will that hold through the 4th of July? I'll show you now with my 7-day forecast. Tonight in Minnesota, we're looking for in Minnesota, a 20% chance for showers and storms. And again, the run-of-the-mill variety shouldn't be severe. Low temps will go 45 to 51, maybe 57 over towards Aiken. 30% storm chance for folks in Wisconsin and Michigan tonight, already paying off in the UP. Low temps will be in the low 50s, and do keep in mind some parts of Wisconsin, especially the eastern part and the UP, could have severe weather again. For tomorrow, though, the high pressure takes over and makes for a sunny sky for Wisconsin and Michigan with highs from 74 to 77. The normal is 76. Minnesota gets that sunshine as well as high pressure takes over. 68 to 73 by the lake, 70 to 77 inland. Not bad for the first day of July. Then comes Saturday, there's that 20% chance for showers and thunderstorms, high of 74. Sunny in the 70s for Sunday. 4th of July, Monday, 30% chance of showers and a high of 70. But, Rob, just a chance for showers rather than storms. And the showers could persist, at least in the on-off fashion here through Tuesday into Wednesday before we get a little warmer and a little drier by next Thursday.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. That seems beautiful. That's 75?
Yeah, 75 and sunshine, no storms to dodge.
I almost texted you today because I went for a walk outside my apartment and I was hot. And I cannot remember the last time I was actually hot outside. I was like, all right.
That is kind of a rare thing here.
I was like, when's the last time I felt like this? I didn't, and I couldn't
we
remember.
did get into the 80s for parts of the region today, but that's one day's worth. We cool off a little bit as early as tomorrow.
All right. Thanks, Dave. Well, you can help researchers plan for future restoration projects on the St. Louis River. Audubon Great Lakes and the Natural Resources Research Institute need bird watchers this summer. They're asking people to visit places like Boy Scout Landing in Duluth or Superior's Aloise Bay. You can write down what you see or hear and record it in the online database eBird. Researchers say this information will help them understand how birds use the area and plan for future restoration projects. We have more details on how you can help at cbs3duluth.com. And the strawberry picking season might be a little later this year, but a local farmer says the berries will be better. Steve Schulstrom co-owns Spectrum Farm Strawberries in Carlton. He says the wet spring and warmer nights have made for the perfect growing season. It's just a bit later than usual. Schulstrom says they still have about a week to go before the opening day, and he knows his customers are anxious to start picking.
I am really looking forward to seeing all these people. They've picked here for years and years. I've watched their kids grow up, and they always are really happy with the experience.
Even though they opened early last year, the drier weather meant Spectrum Farm's season was just 11 days. Schulstrom thinks this year people could be out picking for twice as long. And it's that time of the show, I love it, where we get to talk about adoptable pets. Today's pet comes to us from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing. This is Aries. He is a 1-year-old mixed breed full of life and spunk. He loves to move, whether it's running, jumping, swimming. He is a mover and a shaker. Now, he doesn't do great with strangers, but he comes around. He also needs a little help with his manners. But if you're looking for an adventure buddy and you don't mind a guy a little rough around the edges, he is waiting for you. Look at that face. Well, so if you would like to set up an appointment to adopt Aries, then you can call the number on your screen. And still to come, spikes of bird flu cases this spring saw many farmers hesitant to bring their flocks to shows. We hear from fair organizers in Wisconsin how they're managing the deadly disease. Next.
Spring is here, and we have all your cycling needs covered. Need folding tires, shorts, parts, or helmets? We have them. Want an e-bike? We have those too. Need a shock repair? We can do it. Stop into Twin Ports Cyclery today.
I'm Dr. Lee Kenyon, and I'm a sports medicine physician at St. Luke's. A sports medicine physician specializes in the non-operative and non-surgical treatment of most musculoskeletal conditions, ankle sprains to knee arthritis to rotator cuff tears. We also are able to utilize the ultrasound machine. Not everything that hurts necessarily needs surgery, so we're able to do a lot of non-surgical or non-operative things to make sure people can stay active and really get back to their passions. It really is my goal to make sure that I can see every one of my patients outside doing something that they love as well.
Looking for a new garage? Maybe a home or cabin shell? Call Economy Garages to make your visions a reality. With over 40 years experience and over 9,000 buildings built for your friends and neighbors, you can trust us to get the job done right.
Call Economy Garages when you want it done right.
Kick off summer in the Northland with a quote for new windows and patio doors from Renewal by Anderson. Until June 30th, receive 20% off your entire window and patio door project, including the cost of installation. No money down, no payments, and no interest for 2 full years financing. Now's the time to get those new windows and doors. With installations done by our Renewal by Anderson certified master installer crews, you can sit back, relax, and know the job will be done right. Don't wait. This kickoff to summer sale ends June 30th. Call today to book your free quote. Visit northlandrva.com for details.
Now through the end of June, Link RV is giving away a $1,000 gas card with every new RV purchase. We have a huge selection of inventory, so stop into Link RV and let us fuel your next adventure. Link RV Center in Minong, where reputation is everything.
Hi, it's me again. Listen to this. Medicare Part C plans with extra benefits like getting money added back to your Social Security check every month may now be available to you in your zip code. Make sure you're not missing out. It's simple. 1, call the number on your screen. 2, they'll look up your zip code and see if you're eligible. 3, they'll check for plans with extra benefits like prescriptions, dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every single month. Call now.
I called to get everything I deserve.
I called to check my zip code for a plan with the benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to check my zip code.
Check your zip code. It could be dynamite. Call now.
Call 1-800-919-1340. That's 1-800-919-1340 now.
The Twin Ports have become a mecca for cycling. Whether it be single track or road biking, when you're pushing the pedal harder but not going farther, Twin Ports Cyclery has what you need to gear up and get out there.
This summer, Wisconsin county fairs will welcome animals of all kinds into their exhibition halls, but the bird flu almost made that impossible this year. Our sister station in Wausau heard from fair organizers and competitors. They share how they responded to the threat and how they're feeling now.
The Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection prohibited public poultry showings in May. Just a month later, the ban was lifted, making way for the Wisconsin Valley Fair to welcome them back.
We just finished our registration. We have about 40 exhibitors and close to 400 poultry entries.
Wyatt King of the Pepland Pioneers 4-H Club is not passing up his chance to show, but he's being careful.
This year we're not going to do as many birds as we normally do. I think I'm going to keep it down to probably 4 birds that I'm going to bring instead of the traditional. I like to go around, 12 to 14 birds.
Langenhahn says they were dedicated to showcasing the animals even during the ban, whether that meant having stuffed examples, models and posters, or even a virtual option for the competition.
We have wonderful poultry superintendents who are the people who really run the department, and they were making plans for alternate plans for a show in case we would have had to cancel.
We did have that COVID year. That year I had a really good set of birds, and I was like, man, this is going to really do well. Then we heard the avian flu was going to come around, and I was looking at some of my birds, and I'm like, man, these birds look amazing.
The last reported case of avian flu in Wisconsin was May 20th, so things should be safe. But they're still following DATCAP guidelines.
Different flocks mingling. They don't want sort of indoor birds merging with wild birds.
And meanwhile, Minnesota's ban on poultry events is supposed to expire tomorrow. It was originally set in April and was extended twice.
Here's what we're working on tonight. Travelers brace for a chaotic 4th of July weekend as major airlines have already started canceling flights. But the encouraging news tonight about gas prices. Plus, our new investigative series, Crime Without Punishment, how family members are left trying to solve the murders of loved ones. And history on the Supreme Court as Ketanji Brown Jackson officially steps into her role as the next Supreme Court justice. That and more coming up on the CBS Evening News.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. When joint pain or injury becomes too much to bear, turn to Essentia Health's expert team to keep you moving forward.
Oh, somebody ordered DQ.
Fernando, he's here.
The drumstick with peanuts blizzard and new caramel drumstick with peanuts blizzard, both with drumstick pieces and world-famous soft serve. That's 2 DQ All-Stars. Wait, for 2 MLB All-Stars?
No way.
Ooh, play it cool, Mr. Delivery Man.
Thank you, Poppy. That's so good.
Play it cool, big hitter.
Have a good blizzard. Have a great season.
Big day for everybody.
DQ. Happy tastes good.
Join Numi Jewelers in supporting a great organization with our Kazda Balloon event from now through July 26th. When you stop in and make a $50 donation to Kazda, you get to claim a balloon to pop in our in-store event on Tuesday, July 26th. Each balloon has a mystery gemstone inside with a 1 out of 100 chance of being a half-carat rare and forever diamond. Stop in to claim your balloon today and help make a difference in our community. True love is guaranteed at Numi Jewelers.
I can tell you since I was in kindergarten, there was something just buried deep within me that I knew I wanted to be a weatherman. You never really know what the Northland is going to offer you. Within a range of 20 miles, there can be a 20-degree temperature difference. You never know what Lake Superior is going to throw at you. Lake Superior is just a whole different beast out there. Not only am I waking up with everybody as they're waking up, but I get to do it in a really fun way, which is just awesome.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
What are you learning from Girls on the Run?
Never give up.
Beyond this gate is actually the border with Ukraine.
We've seen people not just opening their hearts to Ukrainian refugees, but their homes.
Where will you go?
I'm here for you.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News Live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Thursday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we met K9 Maverick, the Lake Superior Drug and Violent Crimes Task Force newest member. The drug-sniffing K9 is the force's first dog, an asset they've been hoping to get for a while. He can detect hard narcotics like fentanyl and meth, among others. And tonight at 6, ahead of the holiday weekend, many are worried about traveling between gas prices and canceled flights, what travelers need to be aware of in order to reach their destinations. And that was your news at 5. The CBS Evening News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.